called the Collecting Society of the Gambia. Farmer Fofana has more on the event, which also saw the nomination of the society's board members and the election of a president.
Of activities marking the one-time projected Collecting Society of the Gambia getting into realization. Associations forming the creative mind industry in the country constitute the body. The society is expected to collect royalties for artists. With the whole nation standing to benefit from the initiative, officials urge artists to be united. It has been a long journey with hurdles in which the NCAC was tasked with forming associations within the creative mind industry, the copyright law, and also an office that is yet to be furnished. The associations were represented by a 10-man delegation plus 60 others to review the draft constitution, which upon series of amendments was later adopted by delegates. As deliberations went by, the delegates nominated their representatives in the board and witnessed the election of a president in which 4 members contested. Sukai Mbai Bojang won with 24 votes, thereby becoming the chairperson of the board. The board is expected to serve a 4-year term. With expectations high from the delegates given the confidence reposed in them, the participants urged them to deliver up to expectations. Now that the society has been launched and the board in place, the Collecting Society of the Gambia has taken off the ground with meager funds. Expectations from the members are that within a year, the new society should work hard and achieve something positive. Famara Fofana, GRTS.
We now take our first break. The news continues momentarily. Welcome back. The man accused of kidnapping 3 women and holding them against their will for a decade appeared in court today. But details are now emerging as to what happened during the time the women were locked away. According to a police report, one of them was forced to deliver another's baby. Pamela Brown has the latest.
The incident report obtained by CNN spells out a number of the horrid details. Amanda Berry's baby was born in a plastic pool delivered by Michelle Knight. The report also says that when the baby was born, she stopped breathing, and Castro told Knight that if the baby died, he'd kill her. Amanda Berry told police the baby's father is the suspect, Ariel Castro. Michelle Knight says she was pregnant at least 5 times by the suspect, each time forced to abort the baby by starvation and by Castro repeatedly punching her in the stomach. The women told police that none of them were ever treated by a doctor while in captivity. When police entered the home Monday, no one was found in the basement. But as an officer neared the top of the stairs and yelled "Cleveland police," the report says Michelle Knight threw herself into his arms. Then De Jesus rushed out of the bedroom and also threw herself into the cop's arms.
We found them. We found them.
A law enforcement source tells CNN that Amanda Berry had hit her breaking point, that she was desperate to get out of the house on Seymour Avenue. But why was she able to escape now after more than 10 years in captivity?
Something must have clicked, and she saw an opportunity, and she took that opportunity. And I said it the other day, and I'll say it today, that, you know, she is the true hero.
That same source says that the other 2 women, Gina De Jesus and Michelle Knight, could also have run, but chose not to, even though they were not bound. And that decision reflected the women's state of mind. The source went on to say the women relied on each other for survival and did interact, though they were mostly kept in separate rooms. They only left the house twice.
We were told that they left the house and went into the garage in disguise. So those are the 2 times that were mentioned, or that they can recall.
The homeowner, 52-year-old Ariel Castro, is charged with kidnapping and raping the 3 young women. He's also charged with kidnapping Berry's 6-year-old daughter, who was born in captivity.
I just signed criminal complaints charging Ariel Castro with 4 counts of kidnapping and 3 counts of rape.
We now take our second break. The last day of campaign in Pakistan's landmark election has been marred by the kidnapping of a candidate. Gunmen grabbed the son of the former Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani. That's according to the abduction man's twin brother. It is unclear who is behind the attack, but the Pakistani Taliban has been targeting parties standing in Saturday's elections. We now take a quick look at the weather report, courtesy of the Central Forecast Office.
The source assures us of a continuous flow, and from there, everything follows. And for those of us who know what the River Gambia stands for, understanding its sustainability in all aspects of life is easily confirmed. The River Gambia provides nutritious delicacies as food, while it provides its wildlife a balanced ecosystem. This river, as a sanctuary, is committed to its inhabitants' needs without season. And as you travel along, all these values are replicated in one company, Elton. Just like the River Gambia, leads in its commitment to values that matter most. Elton, championing the vision for a new generation.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the weather segment. We begin with the summary. We experience a warm and sunny atmosphere across the country, and the satellite picture indicates developing convective clouds over the coastline of Gulf of Guinea states, the central and the eastern part. Elsewhere indicates clear skies and stable conditions. For the forecast tonight, we'll be expecting a cool and dry atmosphere to prevail over the coastal areas, becoming relatively warm over the inland areas. The day tomorrow over the west coast region, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions to prevail, becoming warm and sunny over the inland areas. Light to moderate northeasterly breeze will dominate the flow over the coastal areas, which will be about 25 to 30 kilometers per hour, whilst over the inland areas we'll be expecting easterly breeze to prevail. They will be about 20 kilometers per hour. Morning temperatures will vary between 19 and 25 degrees Celsius, whilst afternoon temperatures will vary between 29 and 42 degrees Celsius. For the low tide, we are expecting 0.2 meters at 3:44 a.m. and 0.3 meters at 4:10 p.m. For the high tide, we are expecting 1.6 meters at 9:57 p.m. and also 1.7 meters at 10:24 p.m. For the wave heights, they will vary between 0 to 1, slight to moderate southeasterly swells. The sun will rise at 6:38 and will set at 19:25. Thanks for watching, and do have a wonderful evening.
Before we go, a reminder of our headline once again. The Gambia's commodities cotton industry has kick-started up for a major revitalization mission with the donation of essential inputs valued at over $2 million. Gunmen in Pakistan have abducted the youngest son of former Prime Minister Yusuf Raza Gilani, the latest in the spate of high-profile attacks in the build-up to the country's landmark election. And more shocking details have been emerging in the Cleveland kidnapping case, as 53-year-old suspect Ariel Castro made his first court appearance today. That brings us to the end of this edition of the news. Thanks for the pleasure of your company. Stay tuned and enjoy GRTS. Until then, I am Abubakar Dabo.
من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون إنكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من والثمرات وبشر